Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon podcast. I am your host, Barry, and I got a special guest. I almost said special friend with me this week, and that didn't sound right. It's Chad Perkins of It's Bourbon Night.
I can be your special friend.
I'd rather you didn't.
Okay, that's fine.
We've got, two microphones between us. We're just two buds chopping it up on another episode of the show.
Just the three best friends that anyone's ever had.
Where's the third one?
You all.
Oh.
Collectively.
You.
Are the three.
The listener.
The listener.
The viewer. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of viewers like you.
Thank you.
Yeah. This didn't make, for you it didn't make the full episode, but we had a pre-show cocktail.
We did.
Yeah. Can I do a shameless plug?
I would really appreciate it if you did.
Excellent. Back in stock by popular demand is
from Tony Bag of Donuts.
Yeah, he demanded it. Some other people did too. Our Elemental Elixir Golden Hour Old Fashioned Cocktail Syrup is back in stock at whiskeyambitions.com. It's $16. It makes 16 drinks. Actually, if you like it a little less sweet and you do less than half an ounce, you can actually make that 17, 18 drinks. So
now, to be very honest, this is not glazing you because you're my friend. This is one of, if not the best, ready to drink. Well, not ready to drink, but
just add
cocktail mix.
Just add the spirit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You can get. Honestly, I love this so much. My bottle that I got did not last very long.
Well, good thing they're back in stock.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to give myself a little Christmas present.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. No. Sarah made the recipe. I was a taste tester. We work with Gents Originals here in Lexington, back and forth to get it, to a shelf, a stable product. So props with them. A lot of collaboration, all Kentucky grown, Lexington even grown and proud. So great product, love it, and it's back in stock. So
sorry my cocktail didn't quite survive to the main episode,
and you still got enough of a rock there that you could have you could have another.
Well, I have a plan for another drink that will involve a rock.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Not Iraq the country, Iraq the
actor, The Rock.
The Rock?
The Rock?
Yeah. But we'll get into that a little bit later.
Okay.
Because we kick off every episode with a segment known as Flying Blind, where it's kind of fluid. If I'm by myself, I try something that I haven't had in a while or something I've never had before. But if there is a co-host on an episode, we get to try something completely blind. And Chad has done that for me this week. And I actually have 2 pours in front of me.
I don't know. Is it a flying blind first? Can you remember 400 plus episodes?
No, I have definitely had 2 pours before. For the video viewers, it's got these cute little labels on it that say A and B.
A and B. So that
would it be uncouth of me to go in the reverse? No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to go actually go
whatever order you want.
No, we're going to go A, B because my... I'm obsessive compulsive. Not allowed for me to do anything otherwise.
I mean, since there is 2, I guess maybe I might want to ask you some questions about it.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Okay, yeah. Matt Madness style.
Sure.
Can't wait to get out of this round too.
Well, no, I mean, after you have both of them, I would just like to know: is it from the same distillery?
Oh,
are they
okay?
Are they related, and if so, how and how many?
Okay. By which I don't know.
Yeah,
and we are both having strokes.
Yep.
It's very peppery off the rip.
Yeah.
The very first note I got was just black pepper.
Wood fire pizzas, how they can get that on the bottom of the crust, they can get that little black little char.
Yeah.
But I also think I'm smelling the cocktail syrup that I got a little bit on my finger when I picked up the bottle, which we'll just keep here for product placement.
I mean, I don't see why not. May as well be a show for yourself.
For the video.
If nobody else is going to be, then you may as well. All right.
Yeah, cheers. Good audio.
That was
good audio. Because we know to hold it at the stem so you get the reverberation of the... Yeah.
We're also audiophiles.
Audiophiles, that's right. Yeah. Listen to that treble. It's not all about that bass. Sometimes
you need a little treble. Okay.
You need a little treble.
Oh. Okay. It was lacking a little bit up front. The finish, like mid to back of the palate into the finish, it really started to open up for me.
Now I will tell you. Well, I don't want to tell you that because that might give you a little bit of context clues,
right?
And I don't want to give you anything.
Yeah,
not a thing.
Okay,
but yeah, maybe just get a second sip and then we'll move on to B.
Yeah.
Here I am directing you on your own show.
That's why I call it the co-host.
Okay, there we go.
Because you are.
Yeah, you did say co-host, not guest.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I mean, anytime I have somebody sitting down with me, like in the room, you become the co-host of the show.
So that means I can toss it to commercial. We'll be right back after this. And we're back.
Yeah. No, okay. He even interrupted me too in traditional co-host fashion on this program.
Now I'm a true co-host.
All right. Trying to keep that in mind.
Clear my palate with this old fashioned.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well,
yeah. Just rolled that a little aggressively and it flew out of the glass.
Okay. I've been known to do that as well.
Yeah. You know, just at times you're smelling a glass because the whiskey itself hasn't gotten around it enough, and you do the aggressive
aggressive swirl.
You do the aggressive swirling. Yeah.
Why does nobody like me?
What was me?
Why am I so alone?
Yeah.
Okay. If these, the finishes are remarkably similar. If they are from the same distillery, they're either from different batches, different rick houses, or different eras. Does that make sense? Like,
so one's from the Eras tour, and the other one is
gonna make me throw myself off. I can't say that.
Well, okay. So,
do you understand what I mean, though?
I do.
Like,
Totes.
If these are single barrels, and part of me wants to say that these are Wild Turkey single barrels or Wild Turkey products. Nothing is particularly screaming Camp Nelson, but if they were Turkey single barrels, like Russell's Reserve, I would anticipate one of them to maybe be from like Rickhouse A, Rickhouse H, something like that. Or two of their limited releases. The finishes are too similar for it to not feel like they are from the same distillery.
Okay.
So that is my final answer in this
cool
capacity.
Do you want me to tell you that part?
Yes.
They are from the same distillery.
Okay.
So you did get that.
Okay.
Yes.
It's okay if it's not turkey. I just feel like that's just where my
that's what came to mind.
You know, yeah.
So what I would like to know next is which one you prefer, A or B.
A by a hair.
You haven't even had a second sip of B.
Oh, you're right.
Don't be doing that, Ricky Bobby. Putting that evil on me.
See, it's so funny because now I feel like I'm trying to convince myself that it might be Wild Turkey because I'm picking up on these like black tea, like citrusy notes.
Yeah, definitely
that are usually present.
Don't
but
worry about that.
Yeah,
just pick your fave right now. Just pick your fave.
No, actually, B is my favorite.
Okay.
And a lot of that gets down to the fact that A just feels like it's all finish. So, answer is B.
Answer is B.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Before I tell you what it is, do you want to give an age gayus? Wow, what is
We're
happening?
doing great with voices today.
Happening?
I don't know. Have you been on a podcast in a while?
No. Well, I'm doing the 12 days of its bourbon night with Chad Watson, and there was one episode where I was doing that. Words just came out with a and he was like, "Do we need to put you in speech therapy?" I was like, "For this episode, maybe."
I mean, does your family have an accent more than you do?
If anyone in my family were to have an accent, they would have one more than I do.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
generally, no.
Okay, because I didn't know if like you had been around your family more than
right.
You know.
No, I know people like that. Even like there was a friend I used to have who, when like her mom called, she would switch into the draw.
That's what I'm talking
about. And then after she hung up, we were like, "What was that?" And she was like, "It just comes on. It just that affectation." But do you want to give a age guess?
They both feel double digit E.
Double digit E. So 10 plus.
I would say 10 plus. I'm
okay.
I'm struggling with whether or not they're above 12 because I don't think that it's dry enough to get that high of an age statement, especially considering how lackluster the front end of the palate kind of was, just in terms of like verbosity, I guess.
Verbosity. Okay.
But even still, I feel like it, like if B is 12 years, A might be like 11 years, 6 months.
Okay.
Or 11 years flat.
Okay.
Like that kind of deal.
Okay. What if I were to tell you, Perry,
that I had it reversed?
that both of these are 6 years old?
There's no way. That's crazy.
And what if I were to tell you that IBN, its Bourbon Night, is currently doing a pick with New Riff, and these are the two front runners in a pick. Yeah, I thought, well, I had you here. Why not have you weigh in on this pick? So these are both New Riff 6-year single barrels, and we had 3. It's actually A, and B is actually C. So the true B was kicked out by everybody. No one picked B. So I didn't even bother with that. But there was some discourse about A or C. Now, everyone in IBN, including you, Perry, picked B, which is really C. So that means you're more on the IBN palette.
Right.
And some other people went down to Justin's, boarded for some fine palettes down there. Tom Rabbit, patron, and his wife tried it. And there was actually more votes for A. But all of the IBN palettes, and this prompted, and this might actually be a good, decent discussion for the podcast, is when you're buying from someone, a channel, podcast, store, whoever, are you wanting the pick team to pick their preference and palette, or to pick one that would be more universally, like, I think, because that was sort of what Chad Watson said about A, was he said, if I were picking this for his former employer,
right,
I would pick A because I feel like it's more universal. But he said, but for my palate and my taste, I like C.
Okay,
which is B.
Right.
But Sarah and I both picked B, which is really C, right off the bat. And then Watson did, and then you did.
Yeah. So
This is a deep flying blind.
Right, yeah. But the conundrum that you run into in this case is, are you picking for... are you picking a community barrel, or are you picking in its bourbon night barrel?
And I put that out to Patreon in a poll, and like 95% of people came back and they said, you're picking an IBM barrel.
So it should be B.
Yeah, so it's going to be B, which is really C. Yeah, it's going to be that. And it was really flattering, and people, wrote some comments and some really nice stuff. And I've got to actually go back because there was a lot of them. Got to go back and read it all. But it was like I haven't had I've always either liked or loved IBM picks. Like, I trust your all's palate. If I'm buying from IBM, I want it to be something that. But then also the question kind of came like, okay, well, if you have a panel, like if we were able, and we weren't able to because of time restrictions on this one, but if we were able to bring in patrons like we can sometimes do, and then there was a vote, and the vote was on A, would we have overruled it, which we've actually never done. But there's never been a time where, in the history of having myself and Chad Watson, and then ancillarily Sarah,
right,
all voting on one and everyone else, that's never happened.
Right.
Sometimes, more than likely, Sarah would have been on one and I would have been on the other, or whatever. And so then it's not like, well, 100% of IBN is on this one, and everyone's like, this is like a first time.
Yeah.
Since we've been doing picks, which has been since 2019. So 6 years. But it brought up an interesting question. Like, what are you looking for? And I think, like, if you find a store that you like to picks from, it's because you have identified what their palate is.
Exactly.
And you're like, this is kind of my palate. I'm dialed in on this.
But also on, like, not to be, like, parasocial about it or anything, but there is a level of, like, well, people started watching It's Bourbon Night. People started listening to This Is My Bourbon podcast because whether it's a, personality thing, or they identify with the reviews that we have done, and they identify the tasting notes that we have given as tasting notes that they can identify with as well. And they go, well, those are things that I can pick up on. That's also similar to my palate. And
right.
So if they trust those picks or they want to buy picks that, line up with their palate too, they want to buy your picks. They just, not necessarily wholeheartedly, but they have an inclination to buy that. This is not like advocating against community picks or anything, but I think that there's a level of, like, if you want and It's Bourbon Night pick, trust that we have, based on, your level of confidence in what we do as a channel that provides quality reviews and content, that we have gone and picked the best barrel for you to then purchase.
Based on that channel's.
Exactly.
Or whoever's palate.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the last one before this one was at the IBN meetup, the Whiskey Givings. I had to think of the name of it. Whiskey Givings.
You did have a lot of whiskey at that Givings. Yeah.
Well, the tagline was this year there'll be no leftovers. There was tons of leftovers, by the way. But it's always a goal. The last pick was New Louisville, our first pick of New Louisville, and it was everyone who came to Whiskey Givings. And originally, Chad was going to go to Louisville, and so was Sarah, and both of them had scheduling conflicts that came up last minute. So it was just me. Yeah. Now, I wanted this other barrel. Yeah. And a few other people wanted that barrel. But the vast majority wanted this other one. Yeah. And that's what we picked. Because there was no one else there. I'm not going to be like, but me, I like this one. So that screw you all.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. I'm taking my barrel.
Well, and this is also, so you and I had a like pre-show discussion about something too. I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but this is also not to like hyper focus on or to like put the spotlight on the importance of I hate using this word, but like ostensibly influencers.
Influencers is a weird word,
right? But like,
yeah,
not to like point the spotlight on us in like the economy of bourbon, right?
Yeah, because every influencer would be nobody without the audience.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and without the actual spirit itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like, you know, to pull it back a little bit and not be like, well, buy the bourbon that we love because we're the ones that made you,
because we have the best palates.
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
You know, like I don't think that that's appropriate.
No, not at
either.
all. Not
and
at all.
You know, I talked about something a little bit more in depth on my live stream this past week. If you want my thoughts on that, you can go and watch it. But there is just such a weird shift that I feel like has happened over the past however many years. It's not even just like a 2025 thing, where people are more concerned with elevating their status in the influencer world of bourbon and whiskey than they are elevating the spirit itself. And like,
or even their credibility.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you and I both know the ins and outs of how it works on the back end, you know, and it's kind of ugly at times. Like, but it is still like on its face fun to sit down and like record podcasts and make videos and stuff like that, because we get to drink bourbon and we get to hang out with friends and everything. And I think that like, if we do recenter it around that instead of like, you know, buy this whiskey because I told you to, I think that's way more important in this day and age.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of that also comes down to, you know, the people who beat the drum who say, do things blind, because then you're taking all of that potential conflicts or cred out of the equation.
Yeah.
Like the people who say, well, I'm a huge Willett fan, you know, or whatever. I don't want to pick on Willett because there's fans of everything. It's Four Roses, whatever it may be. But they say they plant their flag firmly in.
Sure.
Well,
I understand.
Put your money where your drinking hole is. That's what I call my mouth.
Drinking hole.
That's what I call my mouth sometimes.
Not necessarily in, you know,
right in the old drinking hole.
In you know, in polite conversation, but you know,
not in mixed company.
I will ask you real quick,
before
we move into a topic of conversation.
Or I don't even know how to. Wow, go
ahead.
Don't
Don't worry about it. What have you been drinking recently?
Myself. I've mainly been. Oh, that's a good question, because I was gonna say I've been drinking on the blind best of the year, but I was just thinking here the past couple of days when I've been trying to, you know, I've had some time off and I'm just trying to do projects around the house. I've just been pouring interesting things. So I poured some Old Turkey 101, not super old. Like the bird wasn't looking at me. Yeah, more around that era. Like a nice old handle of Wild Turkey 101. This one says it's from 2013. Got a little dot on it.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I had that. I made the exact same thing that we have for Old Fashioned, which was a Knob Creek 120 single barrel, I think, pick back in the old bottle. It had my thumbprint in it. If you've ever been to Knob Creek, maybe you still can. I don't know. It's been a while since I've done a tour. In the wax, put your thumbprint into the wax on the bottling line. I
mean, it's been a long time. I mean, it was my very first pick that I ever did was the Knob Creek pick, and that was in, I don't know, 2016, 2017.
Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute.
So I had an old fashioned made with that last night, and
one today.
And one today. For sure. Well, I'm trying to finish that bottle off. And
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anything like specific that's.
We're losing him. He's fading away.
Well, I was looking out there. So there's a rye shelf out there. I had a media sample of one of the first Pursuit ryes, and I was like, I need to finish this off. So I was drinking on that the other day.
Yeah. I love going back to those old media samples. I had it back when I first started getting them. I had this dream of collecting all of my media samples and like putting them on a shelf and being like, look at the times that I have had. And then
it's like the people
I just wound up drinking a bunch.
Who keep the media credentials, like the lanyards or the wristbands or whatever from different events. Like it's sort of like the same thing. It's like media sample from, I actually thought about it, like in 100 years, because media samples, because sometimes the distillery will go to the trouble of doing a big production like box wise. Yeah.
That Old Fitzgerald box over there. Yeah.
Just for media. And that's going to be like a limited number of things. Yeah. So in 100 years, that's going to be in a museum, and someone's going to be like, "Whoa, what's that?" And like,
you're not wrong.
That was for a media sample. There was only 500 made, and that's pretty cool.
And it's funny too because, like, I mean, not to peel back the curtain too much, but like, I don't have the space to hold on to all of those, and so I've like, I mean, the amount of those that have wound up in landfill that the dumpster divers that are going to find them and be like, I've struck gold, and they're trying to sell them to like unicorn auctions, and it explicitly says not for resale on them.
You can't drink the box, but
true.
Like Parson Bourbon Company has done some crazy things. Heaven Hill right there with that commemorative release of the Master Distiller Unity. Have you seen that box?
I actually have not.
Where you pull, grab it. Okay. Grab it. Yeah, it's like one of the coolest, and I'm pretty sure it's just for media, because I've seen them for sale at the distillery, and they haven't been in that box.
It's so funny because I got told that there were no media samples available for this.
There's not.
That's wild.
Sorry, there's not.
No, it's okay. I'm not calling you out. But to be fair, you wound up with no Elijah Craig barrel proof or Larceny barrel proof for like months for some reason.
Yeah. So. That's fine.
I mean, this is...
Yeah, it's like this for the audio listeners. It's like you pull up the box and a different scene on a pulley comes up, and then it does the same thing on the sides.
Oh!
Yeah.
I'm not even looking at it. That's crazy.
Yeah, now look at this side over here. You got old Connor Driscoll coming up.
Aw.
Yeah, it's
that's so cool.
Super cool. And
wow.
I'm pretty sure that was just for media. I don't know. And
then, it's okay, not media, just for you. No. It was only sent to Chad Perkins.
It's a one of one.
Yeah.
No, so then, I get those people who comment like, oh, this was a media sample? Well, can't trust your opinion. Because, I get it. Like, some people feel like if anything was given to them for free, they can't trust the integrity of that person. And just being wired the way I am, like, it's hard for me to understand that, because
I mean,
I'm not worried about losing, being kicked off the list, because, well, one, I'm not going to ever trash anything. I'm going to say, if I don't like something, this is for this person. It's not hitting my palate. It's going to be for the person who likes XYZ. But like, if my whole thing is, if it didn't accept media samples, the number of reviews would be shrunk.
Well, sure.
Not down to zero, because I'm spending way too much money still on bourbon. Yeah. But like, I want to be able to give people as much content and information about things as I can, and media samples come into that. So
right. And I mean, I make no bones about it. I always say, if it is a media sample, I have received it free of charge.
You disclose it.
I do not take money from any distillery, because that's not how it works.
Not for a review. I have taken money from a distillery, but not to review anything ever.
But that's something completely different. I'm talking about like a product for review.
Review this and we'll pay you this.
Yeah.
No.
Not it. Absolutely will never do that.
I mean, why would you, to get a quick whatever it is bucks to have your reputation in question or destroyed, like, nah, I'm good. I don't need that.
Not gonna happen.
$500,000, whatever it is, like, nah, I'm good. Don't need it.
Sorry. But the whole point is, like, I just don't. I'd rather,
It's not worth it. It's
preserve the show.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Quickly, we did. I almost said Friendsgiving, but it's Christmas time. Friendsmas, I guess, with Eric and April last night.
Yeah, nice.
And the theme was killing off bottles.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
So Eric brought out. Now I got to remember everything. One of the first bullet picks that Ernie's ever did. It was called To Be or Not To Be, and the implication was that it was a OB from Four Roses.
Right.
And on the tag, it had aged 8 to 12 years. It doesn't work that way, man. I just don't know what else to tell you.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. He also had one of the Maker's DNA bottles. It was the 125 proof one, which was my favorite out of the lineup. And then the very first Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye that was ever picked from the guys at Oak and Thieves. I brought over it was either like late 90s or early 2000s Old Granddad Bonded, which at that point was Beam. Killed that off. And what was the other one that I brought that we killed? I don't know. Last night was a lot of fun.
If you know, write in. Put it in the comments.
Eric, let me know, because I don't remember off the top of my head. But we also opened an Appalachian Barrel Company bottle that I can only say was 11 years old and 121 proof. I can't say anything else about it, because if you know about that and Rare Character and all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, you can't say where any of that was from, basically. So, Chad.
Yes.
We are doing something very different on this week's episode, and we're not going to take a whole lot of time on it, but I wanted to get your opinion on a few things this week. We are moving up a segment that is normally on the back half of the episode, known as High Proof Hot Takes, and we are putting it firmly in the meat of the episode. And it's going to be slightly more rapid fire, but I still want to get your thoughts on things. Okay,
I'm here for it.
So this is the Christmas Eve episode. I forgot to say Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Chrysler.
Happy Crimbo. I want to ask you about your opinion on this year of bourbon at large.
This isn't one that I've really thought too much about so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
As somebody who has covered it pretty extensively on my live streams and done a deep dive episode of the podcast as well, talking about the distilleries that have opened and then pretty much shuttered within the same 12-month cycle. I'm a little more familiar with it, but if you don't know or are not as familiar with it, that's okay.
Yeah, you might have to kind of remind me of a few things.
Sure.
Yeah, it used to be like, I can't tell you the name of a distillery that has failed, because all the ones who opened up they found an audience and they kept going.
Right, but now it's like...
Now some are succumbing to things.
While we're doing that, by the way, let's have a little something.
Oh,
I'm gonna do something very different for you. Your old fashioned has been finished.
Correct.
Okay.
By that wonderful Elemental Elixir Golden Hour cocktail syrup,
which you can get at whiskeyambitious.com. I'm gonna make something for you that I discovered was delightful on a recent episode of the podcast, where I do something called the best way to drink. And I take a bourbon or rye, and I put it through its paces of neat / water on the rocks and with cola.
Wow, this is bringing back pre-channel how Bourbon Night actually started.
Yeah. So I do this every now and then with a bourbon.
That's cool.
So the most recent one I did was Old Granddad 114.
OG 114. All right.
So what I found out was, hey, look at there.
Yeah. I also have a bottle.
At least in my discovery, one of the best ways to drink Old Granddad 114.
Folks, he just pulled out an RC Cola.
I did. If you're a frequent listener of the show, you know.
Royal Crown?
That I fell in love with drinking Granddad 114 with RC Cola.
Okay. Reminded me of that song of, what was it? I fell in love with a stripper? Or something like that?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah. It's like, is that where he's going with this? Does he have a stripper in that bag?
Yes, her name is Candy.
Candy.
She's got a whole routine.
Her name is Royal Cola.
Sorry, Royal Candy.
Royal Candy. That's what the RC stands for. Oh, nice.
So we'll just, got a nice display up here.
Yes.
I'm used to having to move stuff out of the way because, oh, Lord. I could feel
the patented.
I could feel the carbonation about to.
The patented 3-tap method. That was from Scrubs in Dr. Cox's car. Let's give it the old John Dorian patented 3-tap. And then it exploded, of course. Spoilers if you haven't seen a show from the early 2000s. It's coming back, by the way.
It is coming back.
I believe April. April is when the new episodes are going to. Yeah. Or start airing. Now, I'm not a full sugar cola drinker.
I know you're not, but bear with me on this one.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'll bear with you.
Just, you've done it again. You've simply done it again.
I'm simply irresistible. Simply irresistible.
Yes.
Well, the nose is fantastic. Notes of Royal Crown and, dare I say, OGD 114.
Well, you've hit the nose right on the whatever.
The nosy note.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't had RC Cola in RC Cola in I could not tell you the last time I had RC Cola.
Yeah.
I was probably a child.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's been a couple weeks for me.
So also a child. I'm
32.
I'm 32, everybody.
I have 2 children.
Yeah. Huh. I need to remember what just RC Cola by itself tastes like.
Pouring it into a Glencairn is very funny here.
That's all I got.
I mean, you can drink it out of the can if you want. I'm not going to be offended. You'd rather not?
I prefer my Royal Crown out of a Glencairn. Notice how I'm swirling it like it's a bourbon?
I love it. I absolutely love this.
Activating the nose. Oh, that's very effervescent, folks. Honestly, it is. Like, dang.
Yeah. I love RC Cola.
All right. If it didn't have the full sugar flavor, I would be down because
that's fair.
That's good. But I'm just I'm like I
understand. I mean, I'm not a full sugar cola person either.
When you cut it out for so long, it's hard to go back. All right. So now that I've reminded myself what RC Cola tastes like. Tastes like college. Tastes like college. Give me a Beam and Coke.
Yeah.
And it is Beam.
It is.
I mean, it is.
It's 114.
It's a higher rye. It's the Old Granddad mash bill. And it's 114 proof. But yeah. And it's not Coke.
Imagine going to a bar and ordering Granddad 114 and Coke.
I mean, if you're there for a good time, not a long time.
You're right.
Then you're doing it right.
Somebody take me home. Can't feel my feet anymore.
This is interesting. Thank you for sharing.
It felt like all right. Well, let's just move on. Anyway.
No, it's good. It has a good personality.
I think it's good.
It has a good personality.
Okay. So the first question I wanted to ask, just in general,
anything yet?
Well, no. In this segment of High Proof Hot Takes.
Oh, that's what we're in, folks.
Yeah. In general, do you feel like, and this is a very broad question, do you feel like 2025 has been one of the better or worst years for bourbon?
I mean, just kind of pulling back, cursory glance type of thing, I would say immediately I wouldn't call it better. Nothing's coming to mind that brings out better. Now, worse, I don't know, or just like status quo. I feel like behind the scenes, there's been a lot more movement. Distilleries shuttering.
Yeah.
Freaking Four Roses went up for sale. Like, what? Four Roses is for sale?
I mean, that
and
was
can I
such
borrow
a shock. $1 billion?
$1 billion, please, because I would love to. I'd love to be Brent Elliott's boss. Brent, you come here. You make me a small batch.
The Perkins special.
Yes. You make me. What did he have? Elliott Select. You make me Perkins Select.
Yeah.
Please, sir. Thank you. Brent's great. Love Brent.
Yeah.
So things like that seem to be more prevalent in 2025 than in recent years. So definitely not better. And also just like there's been some great releases, but nothing that's like, I'm sort of thinking of the standards. Like, was there a really good Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? Was there a really good Booker's that stood out? Was there a really good, how was the Heritage Collection this year from Heaven Hill? How was the Parker's Heritage? How was the sorry, hello, microphone.
Great.
How was this distillery's LA and that distillery's LA? Like, what really stood out? And there's definitely some highlights.
Yeah.
But nothing that like. So cursory glance, I would probably have to say because of these reasons,
the parameters. Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say it's not better. It's not status quo. It's a decline. Or,
yeah.
I mean, how to phrase that? It's a little bit on the negative.
I would have to agree with you, especially considering the fact that there have been. That's the Coke.
Oh, this is the opposite color.
Considering that I love that you sipped it like it was whiskey too, and like you needed to parse it out over time. There's a couple of factors that come to mind. One, that it seems like we are feeling the effects of greed, where people did see the amount of, and I know that I've harped on this a lot on the show, but they saw the rise in spending that came out of the pandemic, and they thought it was a great time to invest, but they didn't have a whole lot of foresight into how that trend would correct itself going into, a couple of years down the line. And so now they're faced with bankruptcies. They're faced with, investors who are calling for, repayments, even though they don't have product on the market. Someplace like Whiskey House comes to mind where they don't have anything, but they're, $2, $3, $4 million in the hole. And even
there's also the Nearest Grain thing.
Well, I mean, that's a whole thing in and of itself that I don't feel properly equipped to talk about everything that's going on with Nearest Green.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Because there is
I just know it's a thing.
Yes. But I'm just saying, like, there is a level of personality to that situation that is not in my wheelhouse, and I don't think ever will be, even though I can look at it as I'm not going to say that.
He's self-editing.
I am. I can look at it from a distance and understand that that is not anything that I need to participate in from a discourse standpoint.
Sure.
I can understand where like the money aspect is coming into play, but I am not part of the community that needs to be the voice that speaks out in one way or another.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's the most I'm going to say about it.
Well said.
But what I'm going to talk about more so is just like, you know, we had such a like I felt like at the beginning of the year a strong showing from some of the bigger players, right? Whether it's Jack Daniel's 14 being an absolutely excellent release, or some of these like little pockets, like even Wild Turkey 8-year coming out and, you know, promising to be a wide release. Whether or not that's actually true is
we'll see
hard
in 2026.
Exactly. But on the back half of the year, we haven't really had anything that's been that good.
Yeah, like thinking
or
about
that promising.
Yeah, September, which is Bourbon Heritage Month, with a lot of things drop. Yeah, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
I kind of agree. And like I just thought like I didn't hear of a William Heaven Hill this year. There may have been one.
I think there was, but I couldn't tell you a thing about it. That's unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird year. I feel like 2026, and this is the optimist in me talking, is going to eclipse it easily. Especially if we are in a glut of bourbon, then it's going to be more like, you know, the 80s and the 90s. Like, things just keep aging.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be kind of cool if we start seeing that in next year, the years to come. Like, we were able to let this age even longer.
Yeah.
Now here's this release. It's even older, and older isn't always better, and we all know that, but sometimes it is.
Yeah.
And so,
well, not in that capacity too.
mm-hmm.
Not to use them as the only case study, but I do think that, and I mean, you know, at least, and I'm starting to like pile on more in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But Makers and Beam are both under the Suntory umbrella.
Correct.
And they've both in the past, 18 months, put out new age-stated products in what is essentially their core line.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we now know that Beam is going to put out another age-stated product that is essentially an extension of the Beam Black, but it's a toasted oak.
Remind me.
So we just saw a TTB label get approved that is a 95 proof 7-year toasted oak bourbon.
Oh, I missed that one.
Yeah, I just covered it on my live stream the other night.
Hot off the press, folks.
Yeah.
So, but 95 proof
toasted oak 7-year bourbon.
7-year. What is their toasted oak expression? Do they have it?
I don't think they have one.
So it's new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like
95, that's their old single barrel proof.
Right. But they already got their 7-year Beam Black.
Right.
And Makers on the other side of that has what is presumably going to be the new standard for their cask strength is their age stated product.
Around 7 years.
So do you think, and you know, we'll talk about Jim Beam in a second, shuttering their distillery for the next year. But yeah, I mean, do you think that they're going to set a bit of a standard for if we are in a glut, more age-stated products?
I do. I do. I think it's been a trend. We've seen it coming back, and I think the one thing, whether it's warranted or not, and I am not weighing in here on that, is what people want to see is Elijah Craig 94 proof 12-year back.
I completely agree with you. Completely agree.
For whatever reason, that is the one that has stuck in everyone's craw. Crawl. Is it tour or tour? Tour or tour? Is it oil or oil? Anyway.
Rural juror.
The rural juror. I'm rewatching 30 Rock.
Oh, I need to.
that's the one that where people are like, man, I just want my EC 12 year back, baby.
Yeah.
And it might happen.
The problem is it's not going to be what it was when we lost it in 2014 or whatever.
It won't be.
Yeah.
It won't be at all. Yeah, we've seen age statements go away. Going back to Jim Beam. Remember when Knob Creek 9-year disappeared for maybe 6 months or so? Maybe longer.
It was longer than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a couple of years.
Year and a half, 2 years tops.
Whatever.
It came back. Then we've been seeing, 12, 15, 18, 21 years now with Knob Creek. Age statements are coming back. I predict Basil Hayden will be the next one. It used to be 8 years age stated.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They've got a 10.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll put an 8 out there because they can. Why not? They'll sell more bottles. Yes, I see age statements coming back.
Well, I think it's important to note that aged product is out there. Like it's not that everybody is sitting on, 2 to 4 year old bourbon and they're blending it in with 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
The 9+ stuff is there. It's just the distillery's willingness to actually age state it.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, well, how complicit do we want to be in our own actions towards quality?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the more, insightful things we can talk about is, well, do we want to hold ourselves to the standard or do we want to keep varying ages per batch and we want to keep blending to taste, which is, largely invaluable quality that you can put on people.
It's an obvious that you don't need to state.
Right.
I feel like duh. How do you think? you think?
Yeah, we want it to taste good, but I mean,
you think you just blend it to a proof?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's ready. We don't need to taste it.
Yeah.
Like, of course it's blended to taste.
Yeah. But we know that Heaven Hill
chicken cooked to taste.
We know that Heaven Hill has enough product to where they're putting out a new Elijah Craig 15-year single barrel. We know that because the label has just been approved by the TTB. Like, right. We can use that deductive reasoning. So if they're going to keep putting out these high age stated products, where is the 12-year at this point? Not to go all like conspiracy theory, whatever. But like that's the point, I think, at this stage is like, why are they trying to foot around it right now? I
don't know. And it really comes down to not having the insider knowledge of, can they make more of a margin off of a, blending things into a non-age stated product that's going to have a better margin than picking valuable, on profile older barrels that like, is the margin there or not?
Right. Like
that's stuff that we don't know. Kind of above our pay grade. I'm sure that absolutely has 100% to do with it. It comes down to money always.
Yeah. No, for sure.
They are the largest family owned distillery, but they still have a board and people to pay,
investors.
They got they got that margin to meet. Just like we said earlier, or maybe it was another, I can't remember now if it was this episode or
Patreon
stuff. But like every year, got to be better than last quarter. Got to be a little,
sell more widgets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Widgets. Exactly.
Yeah. It gets more frustrating year after year, I feel like, too. Like,
okay. I thought you were talking about your questions.
No. I'm just saying, like, being in the know and like witnessing, the distilleries that are closing and everything. But I guess with that in mind, though, and this will be the last question before we move on to the review. Do you think that 2025 will turn out to be more of a cautionary tale for people who are looking to open distilleries further down the line with the financial woes that they've faced this year. I mean, like, and even, prior to that, like, Kentucky Owl filed for bankruptcy in 2024.
And they were going to have like a Disney World of bourbon.
Right. We could talk. I'll talk about that off air. I've covered it enough. But
yeah, I do think it is a cautionary tale. I do think enough things have happened to cause pause on some people, because no longer is it's a sure thing, because you've got people who basically treated buying barrels as like you would a stock market.
Yeah.
Like, instead of buying this stock, I'm going to buy this lot of barrels. This lot of barrels is down in what it will sell for. So yes, I think those two things combined have brought pause to, people thinking, well,
how much more 70-21-9 do we need on the market?
Yeah. If anything, if we could look for a positive in it, I think it would elevate the treatment of what's out there, and maybe promote more of an art in blending different things together to create some, instead of just taking straight from the distillery, your mash bill, just your barrels, put it in a bottle, but put my label on it and then sell it. I think it might hamper that, instead of like, okay, now let's take some barrels from you, some barrels from you, some barrels from you, blend together. Again, blended taste. Yeah. A little salt. Put out something that's actually unique, that doesn't exist out there on the market already.
Well, right. And not to hyper focus on what Watson does with Rare Character, but I do think that he is making some of the best blends on the market right now.
Dude.
Like, I think that, like, he takes a very good look at what does the wider audience want when you're going into the liquor store, and what do the real, like, people who are listening to the podcast, bourbon drinkers, want. And that's very evident when you're talking about the nuances between batch 13 of Rare Character Limited Release and batch 14 of Rare Character Limited Release. Yeah. Like, there is a distinct difference between who those batches were made for. And, not to say that, like, I don't have insider knowledge about that, because I talked to him about it. But even still, like, I went to him and I said, 14 is your best release of the year. And he was like, well, it was made for us. And I think that, like, if you take that knowledge, and instead of trying to, fit a square peg into a round hole, and actually make the best product that you can. I know I'm talking at large, and I'm, like, speaking to somebody who actually doesn't exist, but, like, working to the best of your abilities, and taking the time with it and everything, you're going to wind up with a better overall product, better overall experience. And we're not going to wind up with these, lost brands that sit on the shelf and collect dust and wind up losing people money, or brands that wind up never making it to market either and lose people money.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, not to harp on Whiskey House too much, but, like, they're $4 million in the hole and they haven't put anything on the shelf yet. And it's like, we're being promised all of this innovation through AI distillation, and it's like, what are we doing? Like, we haven't seen anything from you yet. Like, I don't know what's next. Sorry, I don't mean to put you in a tough spot or anything, but okay. Well, I don't know what you're. I don't know. Okay. Anyway.
Well, affiliation.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Anyway, let us know what you think in the comments. How did you feel about this year overall? I mean, generally, I think it's not been a great year. I was super hyped for it at the very beginning. Like,
as always,
first few releases, I was like, if we're on the right track with the way that things look at the moment, I'm jazzed.
Yeah.
I don't know any other way to put it.
Sure.
But
absolutely.
Let's review something.
Let's do it
real quick.
We got a clean glass right here.
I have a couple of clean glasses. Right. You're probably going to wind up dipping your toe into this at some point, but This is the new Old Fitzgerald Bottled.
I have dipped my toe.
Decanter
Not
Series.
into that particular.
Oh, okay. Well,
bottle,
this is
I've dipped my toe into my bottle.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the fall 2025 release. Of course, Bottled, so 100 proof, but it is 11 years old. $160 a bottle. I miss the days when
It should be 110.
Yeah, when it was $10 per year.
Yeah,
and you still got the pretty decanter and everything.
I feel like that changes as you get higher in age. It goes from 10 to $12.50 to 15, $17.50 to $20 a year once you start, really
now
getting up there in age.
Past couple of years, I've not particularly loved these releases.
I'm feeling you.
So, I know you said you've had this already. I'm going in a little bit biased, but at the same time, I don't know what to expect from this one. I will say though, not to spoil anything too much, I think that the 7-year Bottled, the shelf stable release, truly was one of the better releases that came out this year.
Have you had the fall yet?
There's a fall?
There's a fall.
Ooh.
It's Bottled, son.
No.
I have.
Uh-oh. Great.
Yeah, I didn't think of that either. And I saw it at a store, and I was like, oh, this is a different release.
Has the label changed
no,
too?
No, just the neck.
Oh, okay.
Just the neck.
Oh, fair enough.
And I got it in a bag. The green bag.
Oh!
Yeah. Makes it taste better.
I was about to say I'm a sucker for presentation, which I am.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's why we like our horsey bottles when they come in bags. And they got the fishnets on them, too.
Yeah. All right. This is Old Fitzgerald. Bottled. Fall.
Yes.
11 year.
11 year, 100 proof, of course.
Well, that's a good nose. I'll say that.
It's okay.
I get age.
I'm not mad about the nose.
Yeah. I get a little tobacco, a little leather. I get the, clues of age.
Yeah.
Clues of age.
Which I think largely has been lost on most of the recent releases. Not saying that like everything that has been 9 or 10 years, because I think that's kind of what the releases have been over the past few years.
Yeah.
But I mean, they should have some heft to them.
Mm-hmm.
But even still, it seems like there's a little bit of punch to it on the nose, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank goodness. I was so worried.
Yeah, no, that is a Old Fitzgerald older nose right there. It's good.
It kind of dips its toe into, what do they call it? The very, very, not very, very old or very, very special or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, the old defunct.
Ask him a question he can't answer.
Yeah, I can't answer that.
It's all good.
Just know I never had a bottle of it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've just tried it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
The very, very old.
All right, brother.
Okay.
Cheers.
All right. Well, right off the rip, it's not exactly what I was hoping based off of the nose. I was hoping for a little bit fuller.
Darker.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fully disappoint.
No, not at all.
I think it's still kind of got that like strawberry cream sweetness to it. It's just not as like intense barrel aged. That now, to be fair though, sample bottle, just opened it. Also, full disclosure, sample from the distillery. Didn't accept any money or anything. Doing the review because they sent it, and and let you know whether or not it's worth your time and money to spend $160 on this bottle. I do think it's a cut above what they have put out under this brand.
I think it's better than the 9-year of this year.
Yeah, by quite a bit. But I'm struggling with whether or not I think it's better than, or that much better than the 7-year from the spring.
Well, the 7-year, I don't know if you had this same experience, but for me, it really needed time to open up.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah. So like 7-year, or honestly, the fall, off a fresh crack, is not quite of this level. I'd say that. But when it does open up, like the fall, I don't know yet. It hasn't been enough time. And enough hasn't been taken out of the bottle. I don't feel like for it. People say, "Well, it's got to be lower than the shoulder." For
the neck pour. It's a thing.
I mean,
Brian Bikey.
It is.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Bikey.
But so we'll see. We'll see in about a month or more about the fall. But the spring, yes, dramatically changed. And was head and shoulders in a blind. If you've seen the IBN episode, we thought we were talking about the 9-year the entire time, and it turned out it was the 7-year, and we were just completely shocked because we were like, "Oh, this is obviously so much better, so much richer, so much superior."
Right.
And then it turned out to be that 7-year after it had opened up, and like our original review of the 7-year was, "Yeah, it's good, it's fine, it is what it is." It's glad that it's a shelfer and that it's not that expensive. That's cool.
Yeah.
But what it turned into was like, whoa.
Yeah. No, I completely agree with that. I think the 7-year, again, spring at least, because that's the only experience I've had with this year's, did take some time. First impressions were it's a little too hot, it's a little too grassy, a little too thin. But every time I go back to it now, I am constantly impressed with what they're doing. And honestly, it makes me kind of forget that bottom shelf Old Fitz Bottled Bond, the black label that we were able to just walk into the store and grab handles of.
Forget that one. Yeah.
Actually, now that I've brought it up, I'm sad that I can't. Oh, there it is. Oh, dark green label. Sorry.
Dark green. I mean,
I missed that bottle.
But that was made how many years ago now? Like that's
like 15.
Oh, it wasn't 15, was it? I feel like when I started the channel, it was still around, which would have been 2016.
But I think it was on the tail end of it. Was on the tail end of it. Yeah. So so maybe like 12.
maybe around that. Yeah.
That being said, though, this is still teetering on the like good, not great territory, which I don't think is entirely appropriate for what this.
It's not what you hope for. Yeah,
this label should be. I think the finish is better than the palate. I think the nose absolutely towers over both of them.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the nose is the highlight,
and I think the price doesn't warrant what's going on with either of these.
I mean, it's sort of like they shot themselves in the foot a little bit with putting out the 7-year.
Yeah,
that did like it is.
So that begs the question of what is the purpose of the 7-year in comparison to the Decanter Series? Like, if we're going to consistently get this pretty high quality 7-year weeded bottled and bond,
well, I feel like we won't, though. Unfortunately,
you think it's got an end date?
No, I just feel like it's.
Or you think it's not going to be as good?
I feel like
that sucks.
Yeah, and maybe that's just a pessimist in me, but I feel like that first release was a bit of an anomaly. They wanted to come out the gate strong. I don't know.
There was a lot of marketing around it.
Yeah. I don't know, but if there's going to be a 7-year, I feel like there doesn't need to be an 8. There's been an 8, right?
I completely agree with you.
There doesn't need to be an 8 anymore, and honestly, maybe not even a 9. I feel like it needs to be double digits and above.
I completely agree.
To put more of a separation, especially price-wise and hopefully quality-wise, between the 7 Shelfer and a Decanter, limited.
But my worry is that if they hit, if and when, because I think they definitely will, hit the 10-year mark, is it going to be $200? And I'm very worried that it's going to be that price. I don't think it needs to be.
No, it does not need to be.
I'm not saying it needs to be $100, but I think that something closer to like this price point is better for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it sucks too that like every time that we review this, and we being me, the goalpost has to kind of keep shifting, but it's kind of inevitable because they keep changing the price point for this Decanter Series, and it's hard to like pinpoint it when back in the day it was like, great, it's 12 years old, it's $120. It's 9, it's $90. And like, that was a really good benchmark. And like, I understand that, glass prices have changed. I know that the market is not the same that it was in 2019 when this was first introduced. I think it was 2019. Might have been a little bit earlier. But the point still stands that like, this should have a cap for where it should exist on the market.
Yeah.
And it's almost impossible to decipher where it goes anymore.
Yeah.
I
think it might have been 2018, just to go back to that, because I think I think the first one I had, it was a 8-year 2018 or 9-year 2018, something like that. 9-year.
I think you're right.
I would love it if it were treated like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, where they had it's 12 years, but then they switched the age, but the price always remained the same.
I completely agree.
129 proof, or it's going to be 140 proof, and it's going to be the same price.
Yeah.
Like, if the age is going to change and that can say the same price, why can't this?
I don't have any problem with that.
Yeah.
Because I think that the biggest draw of this is not the age, it's the decanter.
They should really do a
It's the stupidest thing, but I mean, like,
between 3 and 4 years, if it's like from 10 to 13 or 14 years, it's this price. If it's 15 to
sorry, I have to stretch my leg
to 18 or 19 years, it's this price. Like,
yeah,
do that. Don't do it based on like, what's another year? Yes, it's another year of taxes, but you're not doing that to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
But also, Heaven Hill has so much product that they're already aging. Yes, I know that they pay. I mean, at this point, it has to be like $1.5 million in taxes. But
year,
I they're making so much money. Like, why do they have to be that scrutinous with what they are pricing on their bottles? I don't think that it.
Well, they set the standard and they're sticking to it.
I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Chad, what are you giving the nose on this guy? And we can go half points too, just to remind you.
We can?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because that's where I live. I mean, the nose is my favorite part. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4.
I was teetering between a 3.5 and a 4. I think I'm going to go a 4 as well.
Okay.
Palate, 2.5. I think it's just straight down the middle. I'm not like blown away by it. I don't think it's really like captivating me. I think again, it's like good, not great.
I'm going to go 3. I think it's giving more aged notes than, what you would typically get in, I don't know, maybe the 7-year. But I don't know.
You're probably right.
I feel like I'm going to give it a 3.
I think I'm just so hypercritical of this because of what this is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's not, I feel like it should be elevated higher than it is. Like, I know that it's only 2 years older, but this should be. Also, I feel like the finish is getting better and better the longer that I drink it too. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it's not separating itself enough from the 7-year. I could be wrong. I don't know. What are you giving the finish, though?
Finish may be my second favorite part, so I'm going to give it a 3.5.
I was teetering again between a 3.5 and a 4, but I'm going to maintain what I was talking about earlier and saying that it was my second favorite part here, and I'm also going to give it a 3.5. So
okay.
I'm currently a half a point lower than you are
correct
at the moment. So I'm at a 10, you're at a 10.5.
Correct. Price?
$160 MSRP. Now look, you are likely to see it closer to 200, maybe 250. I typically am scoring this at MSRP though.
Right. Yeah, I think you have to because there's just too much variance to take into account. You know, the state you live in, if it's a controlled state or not. Like, there's just too much. What you giving it?
Okay. I want to take the bottle itself out of the equation because I think that's what they're
the decanter.
The decanter.
Okay.
I think that's what they are pricing this towards the most.
I think it definitely adds a chunk.
But I think that is so much less of a commodity these days because after 7 years, there's plenty of them circulating around, right? You could probably go into a flea market or a pawn shop and find an empty one.
Sure.
And pick it up for $10 to $20.
Yes.
And put Old Fitz Prime in it, and it would look just as nice, right? So if we're just talking about the liquid that's in there, 9-year-old bourbon, 100 proof, at
11-year-old.
Sorry, 11-year-old. Why am I stuck on the?
You're living in the past, man. What?
I was stuck on the 9-year-old.
Yeah, it's 11. But the taste hasn't changed.
No, you're right. It hasn't. 11-year-old bourbon. At $160. That actually does change my price point a little bit. Do I wish that it was a little bit deeper, a little bit more robust? Yes, but I mean, still kind of a good showpiece. It's good to bring out, and I mean, like it's not the worst thing that's come out this year. Okay, but you understand what I mean, though.
Sure.
Like there are worse products that have come out, especially above this price point.
Yeah.
And there are worse Heaven Hill products that have come out below this price point.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
This might be controversial. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Oh, that's actually more
generous
than I thought. Yeah, than I thought you were gonna do.
Yeah,
I'm giving it a 3, so I think that makes ours the same.
Yeah, we're both at 13.5.
Okay,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, again, it does teeter on, and especially at 13.5, it teeters on good, not great. I don't know if this is fully like a recommend as far as like pick up this bottle, but there's a collector side for a lot for where if
Absolutely.
you're trying to
there's a FOMO side,
fill your shelf with it, I mean,
yeah,
I get it, but at the same time, I also, a big part of it for me is just letting you know whether or not it's worth spending your money on. There's a note on here too that's like big wheat,
Big wheat.
And it's that what I was talking about earlier with like the strawberry cream. So if that is in your ball house, don't question it.
Okay.
This very much might be for you, but it is a little pricey. So I can understand why you might, not want to go.
Yeah, I feel like this one's more for the collector, less for the value-driven shopper.
Absolutely.
If you are a value-driven shopper, then you should look for the 7-year age-stated Old Fitz.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Getting towards the end of the episode. Got a segment here called Barrel Rings. It's the part that you can be a part of, a segment of the show that you can be a part of by leaving a voicemail or sending a text message to 859-428-8253. We got a couple of things we're going to cover this week. We got a couple of text messages here from Emily Chambers. She sent a response to my Best Way to Drink episode where I was talking about Old Grandad 114. I couldn't remember whether or not she was unable to get Grandad 114 or Grandad Bonded down in Florida where she is. And I asked her to text into the show. Let me know. She said, hey, it's MC reporting. No, I can't get OGD Bonded anymore. It's annoying. 114 regular is occasionally available, but not a control pour. Just recently, Wild Turkey 101 Rye and Old Forester were removed from typical stock. What do people have against control pours? For me, 80 is too low for American spirits. I want 90 base at least. I remember, and I don't know if I fully ascribe to this anymore, but I remember back when our buddy... Okay, that was a weird call I just got. Ian McMaster, before he stopped drinking, I only had 100 proof and up bourbons in his house. And that was kind of like a good benchmark for me too. I was like, I feel kind of strongly about this, that it's not that I don't appreciate 90 proof bourbons, but now that we're getting into the era where there are, age stated bourbons, especially in the realm of being black 7-year, that's 90 proof. Kind of tried to reintroduce that into my shelf. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel like if you were 100, there we go. Sorry, I'm
not cutting that out.
Experimenting with the.
He almost got booped in the nose.
I did with the microphone.
Not even really a boop. It was
arm.
more
of a uppercut. I feel like
suck on this, Jake Paul.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like you would be missing out on a few great bourbons. You'd be missing out on Michter's 10-year, both bourbon and rye. You'd be missing out on Old Pogue. You'd be missing out on Evan Williams Single Barrel.
Evan Williams 1783.
1783, yeah. Eagle Rare, missing out on that. Russell's 10-year,
Sure,
There were some real good ones that you'd be missing out on. So I get it, 100 and above. It's a great kind of point to shoot for, but you would be cutting out some real bangers.
Yeah, completely agree. Also, Emily, I'm very sorry that you can't get Grandad Bonded.
That sucks
down there. That's
and get that over the 7-year. I'll just say personally.
Yeah, the 7-year was such a disappointment this year. Do you want to know how? Okay, so I bought my bottle for the review and everything this year. I actually accidentally knocked it over.
Oops.
In my studio and broke it.
Oh, no.
And, it's like a $40 bottle or whatever.
Right.
But I was like, don't think I'm about to rush out and grab another anytime soon. Like, I don't feel strongly about it at all. I was so underwhelmed by it.
Yeah. It was Like I would want to try it in a blind, obviously, but I might honestly want the non-age stated bottled and bond, or definitely the 114.
Yeah. Also, a very special barrel rings that somehow I'm lumping this into people who send stuff to the P.O. Box, which you can also do. P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky 40522. Mike Schneider sent, I guess, a Christmas card. I don't know what's in this. I haven't opened this yet. I rarely get physical mail.
It's nudes.
I better check and make sure it's not. Oh, it's not.
Okay, good.
There's a couple of stickers.
There you go.
Thanks, Mike.
Nice.
And I don't want to show Mike's face on camera, but it was an actual Christmas card. He said, "Thank you for your perseverance, quality interviews, and Giggle Fest informative videos."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. This is actually literally a Whiskey Sensory Shenanigans Christmas card. And it's got a QR code.
Ah, there you go.
So I can show it on camera because he's part of the community, I suppose. All right.
Sweet.
Tips and Bits. Segment of the show where we recommend things that we've been watching, reading, listening to. We also want people to check out that we've been enjoying.
Yeah.
You said you've been rewatching 30 Rock.
I've been, I'm on the last season. But yeah, it's good. It's good TV. 30 Rock.
Have you watched Alec Baldwin's interview with Adam Friedland yet?
What's that on?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Have you never watched the Adam Friedland show?
No.
You absolutely should.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
He's quirky.
Quirky.
I'll put it that way.
Oh, I got a great tips and bit.
Okay.
Tips and bit. It's just a bit.
Okay.
And just a tip.
Yeah.
I watched the best. I called it the best YouTube video of 2025. I declared it. It's from Corridor Digital. And
I saw this on your Instagram.
Yeah, and I can tell you the reasons why I thought it was the best. Yeah, that they did that. Just the best YouTube video I watched all year, and that's including myself. It was like a 25-minute video or around there, and it was about how Lord of the Rings did the Force perspective. You know, Gandalf is tall, the hobbits are short in camera, and using the old Hollywood trick, but they revolutionized it first ever by actually moving the camera, like parallax the camera.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And that was with the moving set. And they recreated it.
Nice.
So that in itself is cool. But it had a lot of heart in it. Like you could tell love for the movies, love for the books. Like I got misty-eyed at one point in it. And it's because those guys love the source material, the Hollywood practical trickery of it, of it all. And it was just like, you could tell it took them a solid month at least to make that video. And it was just one of the, and I wish I had the official title of the episode so you could go and look it up. But just look up Corridor Digital or Corridor Crew. I don't know which officially their YouTube is, but they're a VFX house. They do like VFX artists react to movies and things like that. But this one particular episode about, it's like the greatest effect of all time and it's practical, something like that. But it's just the best YouTube video.
That's awesome.
Hands down that I've watched all year. Like it had, I laughed, I cried, I cheered, all of the stuff. It was
got frustrated at the industry.
It was just fantastic. Love it.
It's so funny because constantly I'm thinking about like the content, of course, that I make. And I'm always inspired by people who are investing in long form content. Like, not to say that podcasting isn't in some way long form content, but not putting out like minute long shorts or reels or whatever, but taking the time to, get on a train and travel somewhere, or, I did blank for a week or whatever, and like trying to elevate my content in some way and thinking about what that's going to look like in the next year. And like, I've never done a project like that where it's taken me a month to compile footage or interviews or anything. And I really want to do something like that. And think that like I've never set out with a goal like that.
It's very. I can say this just from doing it a few times. It's very rewarding.
Sure.
Yeah. It is.
So I think like I don't have an actual like wholehearted tips and bits this week, other than just like something I hope to do, or I hope other people do, which is like investing in myself or invest in yourself, and like something that feels rewarding, and not to be all like, think about what your New Year's resolutions are going to be.
But I mean, and I was getting ready to say that it's very much New Year's resolution-y.
Yeah.
Which is, cliche.
Not the worst thing.
But it's a perfect time to do it. It's a perfect time to reflect and think about what you want to do differently or change or tackle, and pick the beginning of the year, new beginnings to do it.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So I think that does it. This actually went a bit longer than I thought it was going to for this episode, but here we are.
And we could have gone twice as long.
You and I always kind of just shoot the breeze for a while. But
well, things just roll,
yeah.
Into, because I think in the very beginning we had a couple topics that weren't planned, but it just kind of
it happened anyway.
Came out of nowhere. Like even just the flying blind brought a conversation out of it. So
what are you going to do?
What are you going to do, folks?
Chad, where, as I'm sure they already know, but
I would love to tell them.
Please tell people where they can find you and where's your home on the internet.
First and foremost, it's youtube.com/It's Bourbon Nights. Subscribe. It's free. Helps out a mom and pop.
My butt hurts from sitting on so long.
Oh, they're padded. Come on.
I know they are. It's not you, it's me.
Oh, okay.
I don't have my own cushion anymore.
Gotta get that cushion. The Elemental Elixir Golden Hour Cocktail Syrup, which I've brought up a few times this episode, is available at whiskeyambitions.com. It's if you're watching the video, where you can get the t-shirt that I'm wearing, and lots of other stuff that we have there. You can also become a Patreon member. We also talked about picks, right? In Flying Blind. So if you want to possibly participate in a pick or have the opportunity to buy a pick, you get it first at patreon.com/It's Bourbon Night. And those are the three main places that we hang out.
There are Bourbon Night picks floating around on the internet as well. That you can still pick up if you're curious about what Chad and or Sarah's palate are like.
And Chad Watson.
And Chad Watson's palate too. So I keep wanting to say Whiskey Explorer. That's not right. What's a website where you can go get the picks where you've...
Well, it depends on the pick. Most recently, it'll probably be shareitpour.com.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
But we got for example, the new riff that we had earlier, it will be at kegandbottle.com. Yeah.
That's the other one I was thinking of that I couldn't think of for whatever reason. But if you want to support this show that you're listening to right now, you can head to patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast for as little as $1 a month. That gets you access to our Discord. Every tier actually gets you access to our Discord, but from the $5 and up tier, you get access to our bonus content that happens every single week, including the bonus podcast that happens on Mondays and the pregame chats that happens on Tuesdays. Happens on Tuesdays is how I was trying to say
on
that.
2 days.
And the early version of the podcast that is uncut, uncensored, unedited.
Unfiltered.
One day before the main episode of the podcast comes out for the general public. There's also bonus content that comes out every single week for everybody over there. Other tiers get other things that you can find out about, again, at patreon.com/mybourbonpodcast. You can follow the show on social media at mybourbonpod. If you want to follow me personally, I am at pritter1792. You can also send questions or comments to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. You may be asking yourself, why is it thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com, Perry, and not This Is My Bourbon Podcast or My Bourbon Pod or something like that? Well, that's because back in 2017, when I first started this show, I was a fledgling graphic designer who was trying to find his way into this space, and I started a merch and apparel shop that is now mostly for the podcast itself, but it is still available at bourbonshop.threadless.com. You can get a logo t-shirt. You can get other shirts that have fun little sayings. You can get skateboards. You can get buttons. You can get stickers. You can get shower curtains. You can get so many different things. Just head over there and find it. It's way too late because this is Christmas Eve by the time that this is coming out, but there are Christmas shirts over there too that I've talked about prior.
It's always next year.
So yeah, pre-order for next year.
Oh, you'd be so prepared.
Your mom will love it.
Yes.
Thanks to the one guy who ordered a shirt for Christmas that said, "This is my bourbon drinking shirt." I appreciate you.
I feel like that's the log line for this podcast. Your mom will love it.
Your mom will love me.
Yeah.
You can also send a barrel ring, as we talked about earlier, 859-428-8253. Leave a voicemail or send us a text message. We'll read it out here on the show. You can also send stuff, whether it's bottles, mail, samples, whatever, as long as it's not going to get me in trouble, to our P.O. Box, P.O. Box 22609, Lexington, Kentucky, 40522. And last but not least, send a 5-star rating and review to your podcast app of choice, and we'll read it out here on the show. And there's nothing new this week, or else we would read it out. Next week, I don't know.
I love it.
Figure it out in the
Sounds
meantime.
like me.
Yep, happens every time. So, Chad, thank you as always.
To be determined. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here.
Yes.
I'll see you next time. Until then, though, I'm Perry.
I'm Chad.
And this is My Bourbon Podcast.